Keetin Marchi here for Red Carpet Report with Rita Wilson and Tom Hanks as they host a Smokin Shakespeare Motown Much Ado. Hi, Fred.
Hi.
I'm Keetin. Nice to meet you. Yes, Keetin, like Buster Keaton. Thank you. It's my first name. So how excited are you to kind of get on stage and play with this amazing cast tonight?
Exceedingly excited. I knew a couple of people doing this, but not everybody. I never had met Tom before. I'm a huge fan of Tom's, Marty's, and many other people. I had some old friends also doing it. It's really, really fun. It's a great evening. The charity is very, very important, in my view. I was trained originally, before I became a moron, I was trained as a serious actor. Trained in Shakespeare, I went to Yale Drama School. So the tradition of doing stuff where language is important, especially to people for whom today it might not be so important in the rest of their experience, is a big deal to me. I'm really glad that we have the opportunity to do it.
Absolutely. Do you remember the first Shakespearean play you did?
The very first one I ever did. In high school, I did a production of The Tempest in which I played Prospero.
I could so see you as Prospero even today. When are they going to do that movie?
Yeah, not with me. They've made it a couple of times. And then when I got to Yale, they throw a big role at you right away when you're 22 to show you how much you don't know, because everybody who gets there thinks that they're smart. Right. So, but they have to apprise you of the fact that you're not quite as seasoned and as good as you thought you were. So they give you a big role right away.
What was your role?
Well, it wasn't actually in Shakespeare. It was Uncle Vanya in the Chekhov play Uncle Vanya.
Who would you prefer, Shakespeare or Chekhov?
I think for me personally, Chekhov is the greatest joy to play of any playwright. But Shakespeare is not a slouch either. Shakespeare has the power of language is so much a part of Shakespeare. When people in Shakespeare's time said the word tree, they experienced tree. They didn't have the visual things that we do as a part of their daily lives. Communication fulfilled a different purpose in their lives, so their use of language was far richer, and it's very evident in their plays, and that's one of the reasons why doing Shakespeare is so much fun.
Do you have a favorite Shakespearean play?
I like different ones for different reasons. I'm not saying anything very sage or new, but I think my favorite tragedies are Lear and Hamlet. My favorite comedy is probably As You Like It, I'd say.
I love that. Why do you think it's so important to kind of keep Shakespeare alive and, teaching the youth about Shakespeare?
Well, in short, because our language, the English language which we speak in the United States and the other parts of the English-speaking world, is an enormous part of our experience. Without language, thought is a completely different thing. And as I said before, the role that language played in the lives of people in Shakespeare's time was very different from the role it plays in our lives. To enrich people's lives with language, with the power of words, is to imbue their lives with the power of language in a way that's not just to make them buy toilet paper or to make them vote for a candidate, but to make them experience the depth of the beauty of life is a great, great thing to give them, and I think Shakespeare does that for people.
Now, I know you're performing tonight with Philippa, who is from Hamilton. And Hamilton, I feel like, really does use language in a new way with kind of classic story. And what was kind of your opinion of Hamilton and kind of how theater's changing and kind of new ways that theater's being presented?
Well, to be honest with you, I live here in LA, so I haven't had the opportunity to see Hamilton yet.
Have you listened to it?
I've heard much of it. But I think, in general, it's like the Constitution. Language is something that is static, but it has new generations of people coming and bumping up against it all the time and enriching it and bringing it to life. So the idea, and it isn't sacrosanct, it isn't something that should be left on a shelf. It needs new ideas, new blood, new perspectives to make it sing, to make it beautiful. So the idea that people, first of all, the whole idea that you could see the founders of our country portrayed as they really were, as people, is a beautiful, beautiful idea. When I was in school, they were up on Mount Rushmore, but people didn't think of all the things that they struggled with as human beings. They were human, with doubts about God, with doubts about whether or not common people could rule, with doubts about all the things that we doubt today. And to see that portrayed in flesh and blood is a great, powerful thing.
Well, break a leg tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and good luck with everything. Pleasure meeting you as well. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Also in the comments below, let me know what your favorite Shakespearean play is. To be or not to be, that is the question. But tonight, I am Keetin Marchi here for Red Carpet Report. I'll see you next time.